It's the 8th game of the season, and the Mustangs are finally playing their first EBL game as 7-0 interdistrict rival Cal High takes the short 9+ mile drive to Sam Zackheim Memorial Field. Cal has won their last 4 straight versus Monte Vista, the most consecutive wins in the rivalry for Cal. Will they make it 5 in a row? You'll find out next. Happy Friday, wherever you may be, and welcome to Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV. Thanks for joining us for this EBL opener for Monte Vista. Monte Vista has lost 2 straight and is looking for their first EBL Mountain Division win since October 6th of 2023, and it's going to be a challenge facing an undefeated Cal High team that runs to win and passes to score. I want to introduce my broadcast partner sitting in for Craig Bergman, who is on assignment. He's one of the only 3 Monte Vista alums to play here at Monte Vista and be the head coach at Monte Vista, Matt Russi. And Matt, welcome. Let's talk about Cal High, coached by Danny Calcagno. What challenges do they present the Monte Vista defense that is susceptible to the big play?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me, Coach.
Of course.
I'm happy to be here. This is going to be fun. So offensively, they present a good amount of problems. They're going to run the ball really well. They run power, counter, and they run play action pass, and they're going to try and beat us deep.
Well, beating us deep, they're averaging 19 yards of completion, and 22% of their completions have gone for touchdown passes. So the Mustangs literally need to keep the Grizzlies in front. Defensively, we talked about this morning. What are some of the things that the Cal High defense presents to this Monte Vista offense?
Yeah, they're very basic on the defensive side, which I love and I love to watch, but they run about 2 or 3 coverages. If they're ever going to change anything up, they're only going to bring 5 guys, but they're running a 4-4 cover 3, probably 90% of their snaps, and they're dropping deep. So they're going to make us drive the football and execute at a high level.
Cal has won the last 4 matchups. The last MV win was in 2021 when the 2 teams were 6-0, met here at Monte Vista, and the Stangs got the win. Since 2010 to 2024, Cal is 11-5 versus Monte Vista. The first game in the history was in 1975. Monte Vista won the first 23 games. Cal got their first win over Monte Vista in 1999 before the Roadshow won the next 6 in a row. Overall, MV leads the series 37-13. Today is the 51st matchup as the Mustangs take the field in their home black uniforms. We'll come back and talk about the Mustangs. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Jolly Washer Express. Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt, is brought to you in part by Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life by maximizing your potential for meeting life goals. Spitz Jewelers, making memories for over 75 years in Walnut Creek. Persevere Lending, we have capital available for you. The Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation serving the greater Bay Area. Reach them at their new office in Pleasant Hill at 925-489-1500. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, Ortho Care for Life. Sport Court of Northern California, your single source for total sports construction. Reach them at 925-932-4108 and reference Monte Vista football. Monte Vista football, celebrating 58 years of Monte Vista football. Go to MonteVistaFootballBoosters.com to make your tax-deductible donation tonight. American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 40 years. And George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact 1992 Monte Vista alum George Schramm for your mortgage needs at georgeschramm.com. Cal, 3 keys to victory. This comes right from Danny Calcagno in his 6th season. Former head coach at Chabot, a state champion. Also a head coach at San Leandro. No turnovers. The Grizzlies have a +4 turnover margin. No big plays on defense, and Matt Russi was talking about how they play that 3-shell, just keeping everything in front. They want to make the Mustangs earn those scores and maintain intensity. Last Friday was their first win over San Ramon Valley after losing their last 7 matchups. Monte Vista, led by Joey Wingert, the Mustangs are 4-3. They lost last week to Oak Ridge. And we'll get into their breakdown, but first, their first 3 keys to victory, and Matt talked about this, eye discipline on defense. They run a lot of motion, a lot of fly sweep. You can't get your eyes stuck in the backfield or you're going to get somebody beating you deep. Throw accurately from the pocket, something they've been challenged to all year long, and execute in all 3 phases, special teams, defense, and offense. Monte Vista's given up, last 2 seasons, they've given up a lot of big pass plays. They've got to force Cal to go the length of the field. So, Matt, Monte Vista's averaging just over 33 points a game and giving up 25, but they've given up, in their 3 losses, given up an average of 33 points per game. Are we going with the national anthem? To honor America, we'll come back, our national anthem. Our national anthem. Matt, tonight, Torrin Dunphy's in at tailback for Lasker, and Torrin's a very capable runner, but how's that going to affect the offensive game plan for the Mustangs?
Yeah, I think they're still, their main objective is still going to be to run the ball and work on quick games. So underneath, their linebackers are going to spot drop to 10 yards, and that means there's a lot of room underneath, and it's going to be up to the offensive Joey, Coach Wingert, to be disciplined and take what they're giving us. So it's hard to do as a play caller. You want to take your shots throughout the game, but when it's there, we just got to take it.
Dave Kataya, our referee, been doing games for a long time, former head of officials for the Pac-12. Cal has won the toss and are Bill Walsh, Craig Bergman style, taking the football. And then defensively for the Mustangs, just haven't created a lot of big plays this year. They had 2 defensive touchdowns early in the season, but have only created 5 turnovers. And Monte Vista hasn't turned the ball over offensively, so they have a positive margin, but you'd like to see in a game like tonight possibly gain a couple, 1 or 2 extra possessions.
Yeah, getting the ball back and maybe a play on special teams would be huge. But the key objective defensively is going to be limiting those big plays. They feast on those big pass plays, and if we can't keep them in front of us, we're going to have trouble. So
Cal is averaging 28-plus points a game. Their season high is 44 against Livermore. 334 total yards, 157 by the ground, 177 passing. They are 69% run and 31% pass, 88 passing attempts, and like I said, over 14 yards an attempt. That's really strong. So the 12th man of the defense, Ben Kerrigan, will be on to kick it off for the Mustangs in their home blacks. He's quite a weapon, Matt. 28 touchbacks this season. A lot of teams, the opponents, have started their drives on the 20-yard line. So he has set them up for success.
As a coach, you love having a kicker that can kick it to the end zone, which is more uncommon than you would think it is. But
our kickoff partner, George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact the Monte Vista Football Hall of Famer, George Schramm, for your mortgage needs. We'll have your Monte Vista starters at the first play. Cal in their home whites. Hamilton is back deep as one of the returners, and I believe
Taylor
is the other receiver. First EBL game near the end of October for Monte Vista. There's something wrong with that, but we'll step off the soapbox. Great kick, and the Grizzlies will start out on offense. They're coming off a big win over San Ramon last Friday night, and Coach Kyle Cogno was very aware of that they had to have an intensity in practice and transition that into the game tonight. The Monte Vista defensive starters, Wooshpard, Dixon, Quia, Stone, Dunphy, Grisham, Basha, Taylor, Mena, Garner, and Worth. We'll show those. We got time, Jace. You're all good. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. There's that motion. Inside run. And the Mustangs with the TFL. It's like Stone in the backfield. Positive start for the Mustang defense.
Yeah, their tight end will line up in multiple positions. If you pay attention to where he's lined up, that'll tell you what type of play they're most likely running. When he's a little bit outside like he is now, they're thinking power, counter, pass.
2nd and 11 for the Grizzlies. 59 sprint. And the Mustangs do a good job on the edge of maintaining that, keeping that quarterback and making him turn up the field. Dixon's helmet came off, so he'll have to come off the play. Short gain for the Grizzlies. Great job by Grisham. Number 33 looks familiar.
Yeah, a lot of good 33 linebackers in the history of Monte Vista.
Yeah, there was a few. One is still listed as 33 in my phone. Middle screen, and it's going to go for a first down. The Mustangs don't have a lot of sacks of the quarterback. And when they go unblocked, they don't show a lot of discipline in tracing back their steps. They just keep running up the field. And it's just a little middle screen and goes for 10 yards, and it's a first down for the Grizzlies.
Doing a good job.
First and second down.
Yeah. Doing a good job stuffing up the middle.
Arjun is the quarterback. 65 of 88, over 70%, over 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. And they throw to a lot of guys, but there's 2 in particular that each have 6 touchdowns. 2nd and 9 for the Grizzlies.
Speed option. Oh!
There's that big play. Wooshbar with the scoop, and he's down to the 10-yard line. We talked about it in the pregame. Is a big play defensively. Well, it's speed option, and the Mustangs really defended it well, but they had nothing to do with causing this fumble. And Wooshpard with the scoop and returns it not 84 yards, but 9 yards down to the 11-yard line. Mustangs on offense, their starters, Indresic, Dunphy at tailback, Nick Sotero, great to see him on the field getting the start tonight. Wooshpard, Basha, Stone, Campbell, Buchanan, Quia, Lavash, the starters for the Mustangs, getting the break, getting an extra possession. Counter boot, Indresic is decisive and holds on the football, and he's down to the 1-yard line. That's one of the best plays on boot or naked that Ian's done all year because he attacked the line of scrimmage.
Especially early on, first play of the game, you run boot. Now they're going to have to respect that run game for the rest of the game. He's a threat running the ball. I'd like to see him take off more, to be honest.
So that's an explosive run for the Mustangs. Indresic being very decisive, and they'll start, and then they bring in a 2 tight end set, strong left formation. Dunphy, touchdown, Monte Vista. Just like that. The fumble on the errant pitch on speed option. Indresic being decisive on counter boot. And then Dunphy with a touchdown.
Yeah, we saw them practicing that speed option warm-ups. That's a play that you can't really wrinkle in now and again. It's kind of a play you got to master in, so I doubt we see that the rest of the game, but they must have seen something on tape that thought that they could exploit us running that play.
Kerrigan's kick is up, and it's good. And the Mustangs, we talked about them getting an extra possession. Well, they just did right there, and they lead 7-0. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Jolly Washer Express.
Some play for the trophy, the scholarship, the fortune, the fame. We play for the play. Family time goes by fast. Start building your backyard court at sportcourt.com.
So the Mustangs' first turnover of the game is by the Grizzlies. Kerrigan with the kick. He's so good. That's his 30th touchback of the season. Jason, let's watch that touchdown play again for Monte Vista. Good push up front.
Yeah, outside zone. That's it's the staple. So get down there in the red zone, comfortable with it. Good play call.
The Mustangs get an extra possession early the game. They get the ball to start the second half. And Cal's a team that they can score quickly. It'll be 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line with 9:19 left here in the first quarter. Mustangs pressing off the stack formation. Fly sweep motion. And the Mustangs do a good job. Hamilton came in motion and took the fly sweep handoff, but it looked like, Matt, that the Mustangs did a good job of playing flat along the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it seems like they've got a beat on what they're doing. Woosh with another good play, at least slowing them down.
He makes a lot of good plays. Mustangs doing a good job up front. Short gain, and I'll be 3rd and 10 as Cal's immediately lining up on the football. You know what I like on that play, Matt, is that Woosh is staying back and protecting that bootleg on there, making sure that the ball is handed off and doesn't try to come in and be a hero. 3rd and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Like empty and 3rd and long situations, trying to get the ball to 10.
Delay a game.
Yep.
So this will be march back 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of screen again like they did last time on 3rd down.
Took the words right out of my mouth. 3rd and 15 for the Grizzlies. Empty set, 2x3 set.
Nobody in the box, some sort of cover 2 look. Oh, yeah.
Down goes the quarterback, Arjun. It's senior night, and Kuya is deep in the backfield. Really well-defined pass rush lanes, Matt.
Yeah, and they like to do this, too. They'll line up like they're going for it on 4th down.
And Arjun is their punter. He's only punted 9 times this year, according to Max Preps. A lot of them are pooch punts.
It's a nice punt.
Mena, that ball goes out of bounds, and the Mustangs will get great field position just on their side of the 50-yard line at their own 48.
Coach Wingert loves taking a shot here. Try and go 14-0 early.
Dunphy, 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. He's got 11 touchdowns for the Mustangs. I think personally the best football player at Monte Vista since Jack Endries. 1st and 10. Indresic under center. 3x1 set. And it's reach. And torn forward lean, and he picks up.
Great block by 71.
Lavash leading, gets a solid block, and Dunphy is coming out for a play. I think he got a peanut butter and jam sandwich on his hand. Somebody's going to have to pop that for him. And Grisham will come in, who has had some reps at running back. So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Mena, the lone receiver here at the television numbers. 2 deep safeties for the Grizzlies. Indresic stays in the pocket, throws, and it's nearly intercepted. He's only got 1 interception this season. A good thing is he did stay in the pocket, but a pretty good pass rush that time for Cal High. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That was just all go. Coach getting to the shot after the 1st down.
So the Mustangs like to run it more than they throw it, but they have not. They've done a great job of possessing the football this year. Indresic, and it's a pick 6. Art, he just sat, and this is his second pick six. Dupin just sits on this 96 route. Normally they give a lot of cushion. Not on this play. It's a strong tendency. And watch at the bottom of your screen.
He's just got the cover 3 flat. They burned a zone. They brought 5 on that. He's got that zone, and he read it the whole way.
So 60-plus yard pick six, his second of the season. And Dupin, not only a defensive back and a wide receiver, he's also their place kicker. So the Grizzlies, Touche, steal a possession back, and we're a PAT away from being all tied up. And that kick is good. The Grizzlies tied up on the pick six by Dupin, throwing right into the flat. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV.
Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, Muir Orthopedics, Ortho, NorCal, and Webster Orthopedics are now called Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, or GSOS, with more great doctors and clinics in 13 cities across the Bay Area. We offer the same innovative and compassionate care as always. Whether you're tiny or big, 2 or 102, a pro athlete, or a world-class grandparent, you can find care with our expert, compassionate doctors. Go to goldenstateortho.com for more information and testimonials from patients. How long was it?
So the Grizzlies turn it over, and then the Mustangs turn it over, and it was costly. Pick six for the Grizzlies, and it's a touchback. Dupin's quite an athlete. That's his 17th touchback of the season. He's 25 of 28 PATs. He's got 2 pick sixes. Would expect him to be an all-league candidate for Cal. So Monte Vista turns the ball over. Dunphy's back in the game. When he wasn't in the game, they went to the pass and turned it over. So they'll take the ball on their own 20-yard line.
Get back to the script. Try and get through some of those looks that you had planned before the game. Draw play.
Dunphy. He's got 3 carries, 22 yards, and a touchdown early on. So 9-yard gain for Torn, who was just offered yesterday. It's already been offered by Georgetown University of San Diego. Just offered him yesterday.
Motion to empty with a bubble screen.
It's just an extended run play, and Dunphy showing his athletic ability. Picks up about 14 yards. So that's how you keep Torn involved in the passing game. He's such a weapon. His receptions either go for first downs or touchdowns, and this just put him in space, and Mena with a good block.
I think they would have classified that as a pick. That looks like a legal motion.
29 reach, and Dunphy picks up 6+ yards. Let's see that play from the beginning and let Matt explain what he's seeing with multiple guys in motion, allegedly.
Well, yeah, I think they had the outside receiver on the ball. So that's a little wrinkle for them too. They don't usually have that set. But they got to be careful with that crack block.
2nd and 4. And Dunphy doesn't bounce it outside. He sees a little crease, follows his blocker on the stretch, and moves the chains. First down for Monte Vista, and Cowhide trying to get substitutions in. And the Mustangs move the ball already 36 yards in a couple of plays.
So when they go to this too high look, they're usually walking one of the safeties down and to bring 5. So 23 is going to come off the edge. Hopefully we can pick that up. Yep. We run stay protection.
Oh, he's wide open.
Nice.
Down to the 10. I didn't see the play develop, but I have a feeling this was Falcon.
It was a wheel route from the H and a post. So post-wheel combo out there. Wheel route from the H. Kind of a rub-ish.
Nice. Big play. And Basha down to the 10. The junior with his 34th reception of the season. 1st and 10 for Monte Vista. Matt, I do have 2 score sheets just in case. Inside run, and Dunphy is undercut after a short gain, 2 yards.
Didn't look comfortable.
No. So Andresic will come to the sideline to get the play from Coach Wingert, who, like you and Coach Stockberger, graduated from Monte Vista and are the head coach at Monte Vista.
Somehow I didn't know Stockberger played here.
Yes, he did. See, you learned something tonight, Matt. Screen. Well set up. But a nice play by the defensive back for Cal. And that's and he's the gentleman that had the pick 6. Watch 19. Dupin just avoid the blocker and make the play on the Leo screen. Right there. So 3rd down and goal from the 6-yard line for the Mustangs. Andresic out of the shotgun.
Another screen.
In window, middle screen, and Mena picks up a couple.
Kicking it.
If they run that swing screen that they did earlier to Dunphy, he walks into the end zone. So Kerrigan is on for the field goal attempt. Not a lot of rush out of the Grizzly defensive line.
On the 5.
So it'll be a 20-yard field goal attempt here for Kerrigan. Mustangs looking to answer. Kick is up, and it's good. 20-yard field goal culminates a 70-yard drive for Monte Vista, and it's 10-7. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV. You need an aggressive and persuasive criminal defense attorney in the Bay Area that will fight for you. Contact Vincent R. Maher, attorney at law. You can benefit from the dedicated advocacy of an attorney who's been included in the National Trial Lawyers Top 100 and who's one of the rare criminal trial lawyers in the state to be a specialist certified by the California State Bar. Contact him at their new office at Pleasant Hill at 925-489-1500. Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group, a professional corporation. George T. Schramm Mortgage, our kickoff partner. Contact the Monte Vista Hall of Famer at georgeschramm.com for your mortgage needs. Kerrigan, 3rd touchback of the game, and the Grizzlies will take over again their 20-yard line. So a 70-yard drive for Monte Vista, Matt. They play a little bit of defense with their offense with a 4+ minute drive. A lot of that with Dunphy being featured.
Yeah, they ran the ball to get down there. Look, calling plays in the red zone is definitely the hardest thing to do as an offensive
field
play
tricks,
call.
right?
There's a much smaller window to get everything in. Your playbook shrinks big time. So it's at least we get out of there with some points.
Jordan Lee offset to Arjun's left. 1st and 10. Throw to the chains and is caught, and it'll be a 1st down. The receiver is Luke Taylor. That's his 18th. Actually, that's Yeah, his 18th reception of the season. 6 touchdowns, 17 receptions going into the game. So it goes against their average on first down play, 11 yards. And at this time of the year, Matt, you got to alter some of their successful plays, giving respect to the defense, so they're going to make their adjustments. Arjun scrambles, and he's sacked again. Quia, his second sack of the game.
A little bit more drop-back pass than they've shown. Kind of force them to do that with how we're defending the run.
He beat the back and the guard with a quick swim move. 2nd and 11 for the Grizzlies.
Counter. Good defense.
Dixon and Wooshpard on the tackle. And it's going to be 3rd down here for the Grizzlies.
Woosh did a good job getting down inside, so really not giving them a big lane to run and while keeping outside contained.
Also helps when the guard pulls and then he stops his feet right in the middle of the pool. Coach Bergman and on assignment is probably seeing that immediately. 3rd and 10 as the cards get raised over on the sideline for the Grizzlies.
Run and check with me.
Mustangs fake the press, come out of coverage, throw to the chains, and it's a first down. He had safety help, but he was just a little bit late in reacting as Taylor and the Grizzlies convert on 3rd and long.
It was the same play they ran on first down, just all curls.
The old button hook turnaround Thanksgiving. Grizzlies with the 2x2 set here. Arjun in the pocket.
Flag.
Stone got him in the face mask. Quia is all over the field. So is Wooshpard and Campbell. Matt, good things happen when the black jerseys run to the football. We'll see what the call is here from Dave Kataya.
Looked like a hold.
Oh, goodness. They call that a face mask on Monte Vista. Can we go back, Jace, and show that? I mean, I don't even know. I'm not saying that he didn't touch it, but there wasn't a grab there, in my opinion. Yeah, I guess he grabbed and pulled it down, did a little dental work. So was a sack. It's now a first down, and the Grizzlies are in Monte Vista territory, and we'll go to, and it's Sam Zackheim Memorial Field on the campus of Monte Vista High School in Danville. EBL interdistrict rival matchup. The Mustangs 10, Cal 7. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt. Lending, based in Danville, specializes in the brokerage of privately funded real estate loans in California with a focus on the Bay Area. Monte Vista Football Hall of Famer Damon Bauer's team at Persevere Lending can help you achieve your financing goals with their array of alternative and unique mortgage options. Damon has a 20-year track record of success and is ready to go to work for you. Go to perseverelending.com to learn about our strategic, creative, and efficient loan programs for residential and commercial properties, and our safe, secure, and lucrative investment opportunities. Persevere Lending, we have capital available for you. So the Grizzlies trail 10-7. It's 1st and 10 after the face mask. I want to say hi to all of our guys that are watching. I think we got Landman watching. We got Hainer watching. A lot of our alums watching tonight. Coach Bergman on assignment watching tonight or this morning. Play action pass. Arjun's got room to run. And Basha had him in space, but Arjun, who's got an ability to pick up some yardage on his first down, there's a little sample there, and he picks up 9, Matt.
Yeah, they were trying to get to the end zone on that one. He kind of left pretty early. But we got some guys back there.
So it's going to be 2nd and 1. They might take another shot here. This is a team that runs to win and throws to score. Fly sweep motion, inside run, and Dixon on the play. And Campbell, Wooshpard, Mustangs. It'll be 3rd down. And what makes it tough for Cal, that's why, they might take it, not necessarily run the football. With Arjun as your punter, really gives them options on a possible 4th and short play.
For a no-huddle team, they take their time.
Yeah. And, I like that. We'll keep an eye on the back judge. He's about to do the hand count. Mustangs look like they're blitzing. 2. And then Cal Cogno will call a timeout. Let's talk a little bit about Nate Landman. 67 tackles, 5th in the NFL, 2 forced fumbles, 1.5 sacks, and captain of the Los Angeles Rams. And it's been great this season because it seems like the Rams are on television every single week and able to see Nate at SoFi Stadium for that Thursday night game. And Jake with the Saints, always proud of him, working his magic. And then Ertz with his, 52nd touchdown reception.
My dad
Sunday.
and I were talking. He's close to Hall of Fame level, right?
Well, what do you think I'm going to say? Super Bowl champ. One thing I'm not upset about, is that he would already be close to being in the Rose Bowl Hall of Fame if Rodgers throws 58 sprint to him wide open in the end zone against Wisconsin. But I digress. 3rd and 2 here after the timeout by Cal Cogno. And it's a play-action pass. Arjun throws. He's got a receiver.
Too deep.
And just out of his hands. And again, so this is what we talked about before the timeout. Arjun's their punter. He's only punted 10 times, but the threat of him, no use of putting your punt return team in here. Got to play defense.
Got to keep the defense out there and let the ball roll on this down and distance.
Here's a good old 22 look here.
Yeah, they're trying to run quick game.
Basha with a blitz, and he drove his shoulder into a would-be blocker and flushed Arjun from the pocket. And although that Cal High is 7-0, you throw out the records when these teams play. Pop pass, and it goes incomplete.
Nice.
And the Mustangs will take over on downs. It's not a turnover, Matt, but it's just like one, and they will take over on their own 33. Since 2007, 11 of the 19 games, Matt, have been decided by one score. 7, 3 or less, 3 by 1 point. Highest scoring game was in 2015 where Cal beat us here 50-49. So the Mustangs catch Cal High with 12 men on the field, but the officials, I don't get that. I won't
give him the
an easy gain for Dunphy. But, Jace, do you have the replay of showing the late arrival on Grizzly Airline of running off the tarmac here?
.64.
Yep. I should get off the soapbox there as a run and reach in no huddle, and I'm trying to break down a non-call. So this will be 3rd short for the Mustangs. Do you get Andresic under center and run the sneak?
Yeah, they're going fast. I like that.
They run reach, and Dunphy picks up 7 and give him a first down. The Mustangs to midfield. Common opponent that these teams have is James Logan. Monte Vista blew them out, and Cal, I think it was 17-7. Cal with the big win over the Wolves last Friday night at San Ramon. Mustangs, 1st and 10. Stay with the run, Joey. Counter.
It's good execution there.
Is that Grisham?
Grisham is in the game now.
So Grisham, who's had a number of touches this year at tailback, picks up a nice gain here on the counter.
The guard gets wrong-armed, whiffs, but usually, it's good by our tackle to keep going outside. If that's the way they want to play.
It wasn't the prettiest of execution blocking-wise, but gosh darn it, they're putting a hat on the hat. Play action pass, and Dresick stays in the pocket.
Falcon.
He's got Falcon. Wooshpard! Down to the 2. 20 years coaching with Coach Bergman, and have made 7,000 play suggestions, and 2 of them stuck, and this is one of them. Falcon, the tight end, comes all the way across the formation, and Dresick stays in the pocket and delivers a dime to Wooshpard. And it's only his 2nd reception. That guy just a football player. Doesn't matter.
Okay, back into our goal line set. Outside zone.
Grisham.
It's okay for first down.
Can't tiptoe there. Got to finish that forward lean.
We get Dunphy back in the game. Ian looks pretty good. It's a great tactic for Coach Wingert. He's game planning guys wide open, so he doesn't have to get off his first read.
Well, it's a big night anytime you hit Falcone. The big fella gets excited. Tight end trade here. 2nd and goal. Bootleg. Dresick. Throw. Touchdown. Monte Vista. You get Falcon. You don't get in the end zone. But Whoosh, we're going to give you an opportunity. And it's a touchdown. 20th touchdown pass for Dresick on the bootleg. There's the trade.
Gets rewarded with a touchdown on another pass play where we've got guys wide open.
You know what? And he didn't run himself to coverage. Dresick to Wooshpard. Kerrigan kick. It's good. The Mustangs get the stop on 4th down, and what do? They grind it all the way down the field and then hit Falcone, and then the bootleg. Mustang 17, Cal 7. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV.
Family owned and operated since 1946 as a full-service jewelry store, Spitz Jewelers has remained true to our founding philosophies. Founded on the tradition of service, quality, and value, today we proudly continue that tradition from the smallest request to the most intricate custom design. We love what we do, and with 3 generations of success as our inspiration, we look forward to continuing these traditions into the future. Come see us at 1333 North Main Street in Walnut Creek.
George T. Schramm Mortgage, our kickoff partner for all your mortgage needs. And that, Matt, it never gets boring. Kerrigan with another touchback. But Wooshpard getting the start at tight end. Capable athlete. Had a number of receptions last year. Runs Falcon for a 40-plus yard gain. And then counter boot, one of your favorite plays when you were playing at tight end. And he's wide open. Ian has been great in the pocket, and when he's been decisive, when he's decided to run the football, and we need to stick with that game plan. So the Grizzlies rarely playing from behind this season, trail by 10, and then that 2-receiver set walking down the wing. Throw to the chains. Ooh. That's how you run to the football, Grant Mena. It's a 14-yard gain, but, Matt, good things happen when you run to the football and help a teammate.
Yeah, we'll give him that out route. I mean, that's a tough throw, far throw. I'd rather see that than some of the deep stuff. So
And watch
give him
Mina
that
finish.
stuff.
And you go and punch that football out, landman style, Billy Bob. Inside run. And it'll be a first down for the Grizzlies. Lee coming into the game with 632 yards and 3 100-yard gains. Had a nice hole to run through. Got to get off the blocks, though, that defensive line.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys going both ways. Hopefully they're not getting tired already.
Pop pass, wide open. And that's a big chunk. 20-yard gain. 6 reception. Finney wide open on the, we used to call this pirate, Matt.
Yeah, it's a counter RPO technically, but I think they predetermine where they're going.
Keep it easy on the quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know how much reading's going on. That's tough.
So first and 10 for the Grizzlies. Under 6.5 minutes here from Danville. Lee, jump cut, and he's met rudely by Dumphy Wooshpart in the middle of the Monte Vista defensive line. Kuya's all over the field, blocking on offense, stacking the gaps defensively, and the Mustangs just didn't penetrate. They just played along the line of scrimmage, which is a key to defending this team.
I know they're keying the tight end alignment. That tight end was lined up inside, which is big tell for them. Play action.
Flat route, simple 6-yard throw that turns into a 20-plus yard gain. This is just pitch and catch. Finney with the motion. He came into the game, Coach, with only 5 receptions. He's got 2 in this drive. It's just an easy look. Who's got that back?
Flat defender to that side.
So Cal looking to answer with a score of their own. Screen.
Ooh.
And Dumphy, knee deep into the scouting report, makes the play.
I think that was Whoosh.
Oh, Whoosh part. Sorry, Whoosh. Great job of reading the screen here. When those ones get together, they look like an 8, Matt, when you're 60 years old. Here's this good look of it.
Yeah, he wasn't
fooled at all. That's another TFL for him.
Comes from his linebacker days last year. He's used to seeing those screens.
Came into the game with 5 TFLs. He's got at least 2 today. 2nd down and 16 for the Grizzlies. Empty set. Arjun steps up in the pocket. He's got room to run. And he's going to score a touchdown. 23-yard scramble. Early in the game, the Mustangs had shown a lot of discipline of staying in the rush lanes. Not on this play. And Arjun takes advantage and gets his 3rd touchdown rushing of the game. Get way too upfield when you rush past the quarterback. That's the result.
Yeah, and it looks like their empty check may be some sort of 2-man look. So all the linebackers' backs were turned. No one had their eyes on the quarterback. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cal comes back to that.
And the attempt is no good by Dupin. 4th PAT that he has missed this year. We'll take a break. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal. Island has over 20 years of experience in the financial industry, serving individuals, their families, business owners, and corporate executives. Ned proactively helps to develop a comprehensive financial plan in order to provide the appropriate investment strategy for clients. This includes retirement and estate planning, asset management, tax planning, and liability management. Please contact 1998 Monte Vista alum Ned Milin to develop a plan for your family. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life by maximizing your potential for meeting life goals. George T. Schramm Mortgage, our kickoff partner. Contact Monte Vista Football Hall of Famer George Schramm for your mortgage needs. Mena takes it at the 2, cuts back, and will be tackled around the 17-yard line. Let's watch that scoring play again. What happens when you rush past the quarterback, Matt?
Yeah, you create alleys for him to go somewhere. But yeah, all the linebackers are running with the wide receivers. There's no one in the box, and they've all got their backs turned.
So Monte Vista will take over, and they would like to do is take this key 3 and turn this into a scoring drive and evaporate the clock. Bubble screen out to Dunphy. Mustangs have numbers. Dunphy, 18-yard gain, just like that.
Good drive starter, easy read for Ian. Get the ball out quick.
There's no doubt who he's throwing the football to. Hits that back foot and, bam, delivers the football. Here's a good look. That is a great job. That's how you draw it up with the receivers blocking on that play.
Cross blocking
little
outside.
Crisscross. We used to run that drill over and over and over again. And then the Mustangs, legal procedure.
It might have been lined up offside.
Well, did somebody have their hand on the ground and then pick it up and go in motion? Mustangs with penalty there, their second penalty of the game. They had that face mask earlier, so now they'll be playing behind the chains. Mustangs do get the ball to start the second half. Next week, the Mustangs will travel down to Pleasanton to take on the Dons. Had a big play down there, a touchdown on a vertical. I digress. Looks like a stretch run, but Cal does a good job of playing along the line of scrimmage, and it'll be little or no gain, 2nd and 15 for the Mustangs.
Running a pin pull.
Yeah. Too much penetration. Monte Vista has all 3 timeouts. Grizzlies have 2. And Dresick. T-cross. Dunphy makes this a very manageable 3rd down. And immediately getting the ball out of his hands, Matt. And this is the old T-cross. Old school.
Yeah, Dunphy does a good job. He's used to catching the ball. Runs good routes.
A rare catch for him that he didn't get a first down. So 3rd and 4 for the Mustangs. Grizzlies showing blitz. It's a bubble screen to Basha. And I think he's going to have enough for the first down. Indeed, he does. And you could sense, he had a little sense of urgency on this screen, Matt, to get the 4 yards necessary to move the chains.
Yeah, this could have been a big play. We missed the block out there. But like you said, Bosch is a smart player. He knows where the first down is and got it.
Cal, quick substitution, mass confusion. Play action. And Dresick, throw. Mena, first down. This is textbook. And although not throwing very accurate, Mena does a good job of just sitting in the zone and reacting to the football accordingly.
Clean read.
Ian's feet are kind of all over the place, but he delivers a timely pass. That might be the best no-gain run we've seen all season. Looks like a loss, and Dunphy somehow, now Grizzlies are overplaying that reach play. A whiff right at the line of scrimmage. Lee on the tackle.
Start to have to think about some timeouts here. Clock's down to 1:30.
Have all 3. Eternity to go in high school football when that clock stops after made first downs. Trap. Dunphy. He's got rumbling and stumbling down the field. Spin cycle move down to the 20-yard line.
That's a nice little wrinkle. Haven't seen that much from them this season.
Well, they've run it.
Time to run it.
And great job up front of a hat on a hat. And Dunphy just getting north. Dunphy again drops his hat, becomes his own blocker, and pushes forward to 8 yards. That is why I say the best football player here at Monte Vista since Jack Indries, because Torrin does it all for the Mustangs. And here's an example.
Okay, now we're down to 45. You still got all 3 timeouts. It's an eternity, really. Pounding the rock.
Now I call that timeout. So it's a first down for Monte Vista, and Joey does call the timeout. This is our last regular season broadcast. We're not going to show the logos, but we want to thank all of our partners. There's a good look here at the first down run. Ned Milin Morgan Stanley, Spitz Jewelers, Persevere Lending, the Maher Law Group, Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, Matt's favorite company, Sport Court of Northern California, Monte Vista Football, American Asphalt, and our kickoff partner, George T. Schramm Mortgage. So literally, Matt, the Mustangs could play winners out here of scoring and getting the ball to start the second half. They've got 2 timeouts, first and goal from the 8, from the 7. The key is the P word, positive plays here. Nothing, don't want to lose yardage.
Yeah, coming out of timeout might come out with a special, something that, a wrinkle in the game plan. That was definitely a legal motion. A bad snap. Take a sack.
There have been times where Ian might have tried to throw this football this year, and he did a good job of just, I don't know what happened. The ball hit the puller? The snap hit the puller?
I think he just thought he was under center, maybe. I don't know.
Show that one more time, Jace, please. It's hard to tell. So right when we say no negative plays.
At least we didn't turn it over. I mean,
yes.
I guess there's a positive in that. Hopefully we can get out of here with a field goal. I mean, still have one more timeout. Can get to anything here. Pass down the middle, second down. Your whole playbook's available.
Might you swing out Dunphy to the open side of the field and maybe get him out in space?
One of those plays that's worked for him already, yeah.
So Mustangs, 24.7 seconds left in the half. Andresic, bootleg. And it's a throwback screen, and that's a block in the back, so that's going to be 10-yard. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Now, in high school, it used to be the spot of the foul. They changed that rule. So it would be marked, the flags at the 18 would be marked at the 28-yard line. It's not going to go back that far. But it's counter boot, throwback screen, and Kataya tells you the rest with the hold.
Yeah, they carry those pullers out to the Leo screen.
Right there.
Yeah.
So a negative play, and then and the clock will wind, so they got to get going here. It's 2nd and 24. And it's a draw. Joey's got to call a timeout right after this play. He's got to call a timeout.
Got it.
He got it. I don't think he was aware that the clock was going to start after they marched off the penalty. But if you want to beat a 7-0 team, you need a touchdown on that drive. So the ball that Dunphy did a good job of getting down to the 10-yard line, and this will be a 27-yard field goal for Kerrigan.
Well, and the whistle because it's a timeout. They didn't take a timeout.
Yeah. And we measured this back in the day, key 3 possessions, and scoring on 2 or 3 of those and being positive or even, and Coach Cal Cogno will call a timeout. So the Mustangs scored on their first possession of the game, short field off the turnover. And they do have a turnover, so they're even turnover margin. And if they could score here, that would make it 2 for 2 on key 3 possessions and then get the ball to start the second half. But they will definitely evaporate the clock with this field goal attempt.
Yeah, I mean, after a botched snap and a clipping penalty, a field goal would be a pretty decent result here.
Yeah. I'm glad that they didn't try to make a hero play on the snap.
Yeah.
Because we've seen that before this year. So you got guys learning in the position there. 27-yard field goal attempt for Kerrigan. Kick is up. And at the sound of the horn, the Mustangs lead 7-0, undefeated Cal High, 20-13. Let's do a quick recap before we take a break. The Mustangs got a gift on an errant speed option pitch, and eventually Torrin Dunphy took it in for the 1-yard touchdown. And then the pick 6 by Dupin that went 60 yards to tie it up. Then Kerrigan with a field goal to make it 10-7. And then Wooshpart, after catching Falcone for 40-plus yards, catches the counter boot. And then Dupin Arjun with the scramble on the pass rush, getting up the field to make it 17-13. And then the Mustangs go 4 minutes and 44 seconds. We talked about playing defense with your offense. They certainly have tonight and really did it there on their last drive. So we're going to take a break. Monte Vista leads undefeated Cal High 20-13. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt. Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt, is brought to you in part by Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life by maximizing your potential for meeting life goals. Spitz Jewelers, making memories for over 75 years in Walnut Creek. Persevere Lending, we have capital available for you. The Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation serving the greater Bay Area. Reach them at their new office in Pleasant Hill at 925-489-1500. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, Ortho Care for Life. Sport Court of Northern California, your single source for total sports construction. Reach them at 925-932-4108 and reference Monte Vista Football. Monte Vista Football, celebrating 58 years of Monte Vista Football. Go to MonteVistaFootballBoosters.com to make your tax-deductible donation tonight. American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 40 years. And George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact 1992 Monte Vista alum George Schramm for your mortgage needs at georgeschramm.com. Ned Milin has over 20 years of experience in the financial industry, serving individuals, their families, business owners, and corporate executives. Ned proactively helps to develop a comprehensive financial plan in order to provide the appropriate investment strategy for clients. This includes retirement and estate planning, asset management, tax planning, and liability management. Please contact 1998 Monte Vista alum Ned Milin to develop a plan for your family. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life by maximizing your potential for meeting life goals.
Some play for the trophy, the scholarship, the fortune, the fame. We play for the play. Family time goes by fast. Start building your backyard court at sportcourt.com.
Persevere Lending, based in Danville, specializes in the brokerage of privately funded real estate loans in California with a focus on the Bay Area. Monte Vista Football Hall of Famer Damon Bauer's team at Persevere Lending can help you achieve your financing goals with their array of alternative and unique mortgage options. Damon has a 20-year track record of success and is ready to go to work for you. Go to perseverelending.com to learn about our strategic, creative, and efficient loan programs for residential and commercial properties and our safe, secure, and lucrative investment opportunities. Persevere Lending, we have capital available for you.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Miklich, a sports medicine doctor in Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. I've been head team physician at Monte Vista High School over the past 15 years. I provide prompt specialty care, orthopedic surgery, sports medicine for the injured Monte Vista athletes and all of their families. I also provide sideline coverage for sports such as football. Being the community sports medicine doctor that families can rely upon is also important to me. Taking care of injured Monte Vista athletes and returning them to top form is an important part of my orthopedic surgery practice. I lead a team that includes a certified athletic trainer on campus and the sidelines, and together we provide a level of care for an athlete that would be expected of a Division I collegiate or professional athletic program. We provide a continuity of care that may begin on the sideline after an injury and continue in the office setting. Between me and my colleagues, we treat sports injuries and musculoskeletal problems from head to toe. You may find me or the athletic trainer on the sideline, or you may come see me in the office in San Ramon or Walnut Creek.
Do you need an aggressive and persuasive criminal defense attorney in the Bay Area that will fight for you? Contact Vincent R. Maher, attorney at law. You can benefit from the dedicated advocacy of an attorney who's been included in the National Trial Lawyers Top 100 and who's one of the rare criminal trial lawyers in the state to be a specialist certified by the California State Bar. Contact him at their new office at Pleasant Hill at 925-489-1500. Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group.
Class grandparent, you can find care with our expert, compassionate doctors. Go to goldenstateortho.com for more information and testimonials from patients. How long was it? Family owned and operated since 1946 as a full-service jewelry store, Spitz Jewelers has remained true to our founding philosophies. Founded on the tradition of service, quality, and value, today we proudly continue that tradition from the smallest request to the most intricate custom design. We love what we do, and with 3 generations of success as our inspiration, we look forward to continuing these traditions into the future. Come see us at 1333 North Main Street in Walnut Creek. Spitz Jewelers, making memories for 75 years.
Some play for the trophy, the scholarship, the fortune, the fame. We play for the play. Family time goes by fast. Start building your backyard court at sportcourt.com.
Monte Vista football on NORCAL Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt, is brought to you in part by Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life by maximizing your potential for meeting life goals. Spitz Jewelers, making memories for over 75 years in Walnut Creek. Persevere Lending, we have capital available for you. The Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation serving the greater Bay Area. Reach them at their new office in Pleasant Hill at 925-489-1500. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, ortho care for life. Sport Court of Northern California, your single source for total sports construction. Reach them at 925-932-4108 and reference Monte Vista Football. Monte Vista Football, celebrating 58 years of Monte Vista Football. Go to MonteVistaFootballBoosters.com to make your tax-deductible donation tonight. American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 40 years. And George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact 1992 Monte Vista alum George Schramm for your mortgage needs at georgeschramm.com. Ned Milin has over 20 years of experience in the financial industry, serving individuals, their families, business owners, and corporate executives. Ned proactively helps to develop a comprehensive financial plan in order to provide the appropriate investment strategy for clients. This includes retirement and estate planning, asset management, tax planning, and liability management. Please contact 1998 Monte Vista alum Ned Milin to develop a plan for your family. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life by maximizing your potential for meeting life goals.
Some play for the trophy, the scholarship, the fortune, the fame. We play for the play. Family time goes by fast. Start building your backyard court at sportcourt.com.
Persevere Lending, based in Danville, specializes in the brokerage of privately funded real estate loans in California with a focus on the Bay Area. Monte Vista Football Hall of Famer Damon Bauer's team at Persevere Lending can help you achieve your financing goals with their array of alternative and unique mortgage options. Damon has a 20-year track record of success and is ready to go to work for you. Go to perseverelending.com to learn about our strategic, creative, and efficient loan programs for residential and commercial properties and our safe, secure, and lucrative investment opportunities. Persevere Lending, we have capital available for you.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Miklich, a sports medicine doctor at Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. I've been head team physician at Monte Vista High School over the past 15 years.
Give a shout out to me now.
So we're here at halftime as the Mustangs lead 20-13. Stats for Monte Vista: Dunphy 4 rushes for 45 yards. Receiving 4 for 45, rushing 15 rushes for 100 yards and a touchdown. Ian's 2 for 3 rushing. He loses the yardage on the sack. That comes from his rushing. But he did have that great run getting down to the goal line. He's 10 of 12 passing for 137 yards. Wooshpard, 2 receptions for 40 yards. So the Mustangs lost the toss. Cal won the toss, took the football, and the Mustangs will get a chance to get another key 3-possession score to start the second half. Matt, you're Coach Cal Cogno for San Leandro, or he used to coach at San Leandro. He used to be at Chabot, and that wasn't on purpose. What do you think the Grizzlies need to do offensively? They picked up a lot of chunk plays, but not huge plays offensively.
Yeah, I'm sure they're trying to find out a way to run the ball a little bit more efficiently. We've been able to stop them in the run game, and they're having to rely a little bit more on the pass game than they would want to. So being able to run the ball well, early downs, is probably what they're going to be focused on here.
The Mustangs offensively just need to continue running the football, throwing timely passes, throwing the ball on time. But, Matt, defensively, Monte Vista has done a very good job of just keeping everything in front.
Yeah, they're making them drive the ball. Like we talked about with Cal High, as one of the things that we talked with their defense early on, you make them drive the ball, they're likely to make mistakes. It's tough to drive the ball on air. So making them run the plays and do it right.
Kerrigan will kick off. Actually the Grizzlies will kick off and the Mustangs will receive. We'll see who's going deep for the Mustangs. I know Mena will be one of the returners. And kicking off is Mr. Duct Tape, Mr. Everything for Cal is duping. George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact Monte Vista Football Hall of Famer for your mortgage needs at georgeschramm.com. Mustangs scored on their first possession of the game on a short field off a turnover. Scored with the ball with no time left on a field goal by Kerrigan, and will now get the second half kickoff. Grizzlies 7-0, 1-0 in the EBL. They're ranked 7th in the Bay Area News Group. Everything's over. Festivities over. Let's get back to football, Matt.
Yeah, a pet peeve of mine from announcers is when they come out of halftime and they talk about halftime adjustments. I think that's one of the most overrated things in all of football verbiage. The coaches are making adjustments the entire time. So there's a good clip from Peyton Manning talking about it. You know, you go in there and get an orange slice and come back out.
Or an orange Gatorade. Forgot, Matt. That's the tradition between Coach Bergman and I for years, and welcome to the club. So the Mustangs, not much of a return. And as you get older, it goes from Gatorade to Gator Light. So the Mustangs take over on their own 13-yard line. Play action pass, and Dresick on the crossing route to Wooshpard. And it goes for a first down. Wooshpard, haven't played a lot of tight end this season. When he has, he's been effective. And here it's the boot, and he's running that 12-yard crossing route that you love to run, Matt.
Yeah, it's a great play. You're always open. Tight end's always open.
Bubble screen. Dunphy didn't get much of a block, but his forward lean gets 8 yards.
Yeah, going back to those scripted plays, it looks like.
So Joey, with the second half script, picks up 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the men in black. Their EBL opener tight end trade. Basha as the wingman. 29 reach. And we've got a flag. Not been. I don't want to say there hasn't been a lot of penalty flags tonight because you know what happens from there. But when the umpire throws the flag, it's either a hold or a face mask. It wasn't going to be enough for a first down.
Hold.
And it's going to be a hold. Our referee is Dave Kataya. Our umpire is Larry Triplett.
Looks like they're doing some training right now.
So it's not a spot of the foul, so this should be marched off from the previous play. But the Mustangs get a break. This should be beyond the chains because it was 2nd and 5. The Mustangs get a break, and it's 2nd and 10.
So they substitute out of a 4-down front. Now they're going down to a 3-man front with 3 down linemen. And we're
T-cross. Dunphy's got a green sea that parts, and he picks up a first down. You know what I love about Joey's play calling tonight? Repeating plays.
Oh, yeah. Plays that have had success. Now they're coming back to the 4-man front. It shouldn't affect the play calling that much.
3-by-1 set, empty set here. It was a quarterback draw or a quick screen. It's a fast screen. And Dunphy, that's just an extended running play, Matt. And it's another 14-yard gain for the Mustangs, taking advantage of the soft coverage and, most importantly, the receivers blocking downfield.
Yeah, they're giving great effort outside. And this is hard to do as a play caller. Stay disciplined, taking those plays that they're giving us.
Swing screen. Dunphy turns a negative into positive, and he picks up 4 yards. On that last play, so often people think in space you got to kill the guy. Basha occupied the guy. What's the difference there, Matt, and what's usually more successful?
Yeah, stock blocking is all about taking out that space and then being patient because it's going to be a long block. So it's kind of a combination of two things.
Naked.
Run it.
Ian doesn't like the opportunity to throw the football, and he picks up a first down with a 7-yard gain. Little indecisive, but when you attack the line of scrimmage, it affords you a little bit of time.
His legs are one of his biggest assets. Using them should always be an option for him. And getting first down is always positive.
Protect that football. So the Mustangs took the ball on their own 13-yard line, and they've been taking advantage of this Grizzly defense and really horizontally have done a very good job of stretching this defense and then mixing in those T-crosses with Dunphy. 1st and 10. Grisham at running back. And doesn't look like a big gain, but Matt, so often this reach play turns into a 4-yard gain.
And the last 2 times they've brought 5, they bring that second safety from up high to down low. They've run away from the blitz, so he's reading their minds.
2nd and 6, Dunphy. He's just such a good football player.
Spreading them out, running the ball.
The Mustangs really doing a good job up front. Basha, Stone, Campbell, Buchanan, Quia, Lavash of just this zone blocking scheme. And all you need is a couple of feet, and Dunphy with that forward lean is down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. And that might have been the time to run the bootlegs. Look at the white jerseys on this side of the line of scrimmage on the stretch play.
Yeah, they went from running it out of a 10 personnel, so when the tight end is stretched out, not aligned on the line of scrimmage, to having a tight end and an H-back tight. Brings more people in the box. You got to block a lot more guys.
So we didn't block the run through. It's bubble screen to Dunphy. And this time Cal does a good job. They've seen this play at least 4 or 5 times, and they play in space. They take on the blockers, and they hold the Mustangs to no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Guarantee you they have a joker, some sort of screen or some sort of fake screen and go. That should be in the arsenal at some point in this game.
So 3rd down and 10. Mustangs, by the time they snap the football here, we've had this football for 5 minutes. And they had the ball for 4.5 minutes to end the first half. So you're keeping this Cal offense on the sideline. And Dresick staying in the pocket, trying to buy some space, and then just runs it. And he might get the first down. Might be just short.
I don't know if he knew where the first down marker was.
So it'll be 4th down and 1, and I assume Joey's going to go for it here. But this is scrambling with a purpose. He's not losing any yards and doing the old Fran Tarkin in Google if you don't know who Fran Tarkin is, and losing yardage. And then when he makes a decision to go for it, he nearly picks up the first down. Big play in the game here. 4th and a long one for the Mustangs.
Timeout.
Monte Vista timeout. Will keep it here. So early in the game, we saw scoop and near score by Wooshpard, but Tyler Clark still owns the longest scoop and score return touchdown for the Mustangs. All the way back in 2004, an 86-yard fumble return in a decisive 41-10 victory over Tony Sanchez and the California Grizzlies. What do you remember about that game?
That's really the only play I remember. That was probably my favorite play from high school.
Yeah.
He ended up winning getting an all-league vote that year, which was amazing. My closest friend.
We love TC.
He's my guy.
So after the timeout for Coach Wingert, does that investment turn into a dividend for the Mustangs? It's a bootleg. And Dresick throw into the end zone. Touchdown! Monte Vista! Joey Wingert! We're not going to run the football. We're going to run a little bootleg. And then Dresick with the dime delivery. And the Mustangs with a key 3 score. Attacking, turns his hips, and he's wide open. Wooshpard getting the start at tight end tonight, has his second touchdown of the game. 87-yard drive. The kick is up, and it's good. Let's watch this one more time. This is why you call the timeout, right, Matt? To set this play up.
Yeah, and you called it a couple plays ago. They're overcommitting to that reach play now, so we're leaving guys open. It's tough. 4th and 1, you're geared up for a run play, and you run a boot naked. As a defensive player, it's just not what you're anticipating.
Mustangs are 3 for 3 on key 3 possessions. Scored on their first possession of the game, last possession of the first half, and the first possession of the third quarter. That is and they don't turn over the ball the rest of the game. That is a strong formula to win this football game. 87-yard drive, and Dresick to Wooshpard. George T. Schramm Mortgage, contact Monte Vista Football Hall of Famer for your mortgage needs. Kerrigan doing what he does best. I'm going to get him a vote for all-league, besides kicker, all-league 12th man defender. You're forcing Cal to go the length of the field. Matt, they haven't had the ball for 12 minutes on the clock.
Time.
And we talked about it earlier in the game. Playing a little defense with your offense and maintaining the football, and they have done just that.
Helps your offense stay in rhythm. Now the offense hasn't been out there for probably 45 minutes of live time. They got to come out and get it going. Down 14.
Play action, little 2 route, and it's complete for 8 yards. Taylor, 17 receptions coming to the game, and Cal's going to get right back on the football. We're not going to have any time to play any highlights or clips. I think Coach Calcagno is going to speed up the tempo a little bit. They only have so many possessions left in this game. And then I say that, and they take their sweet time. Let's keep an eye on the back judge. Slant behind the flat, pretty easy day one concept. Darius Brown been quiet, having a quiet night so far. Had 18 receptions for 442 yards, Matt, and 6 touchdowns. This is that flat slant concept, day one stuff. I like the hit at the end of the play by Dunphy.
Yeah, linebacker's got to drop with a purpose, see what's out there, not just staring at the quarterback. Counter coming back.
Keeper.
Oh.
Nice job. And again, Quia has been all over the field. He has 2 sacks and has the TFL here, and it's going to be a loss of 4 yards.
Yeah, they just ran a counter read, and the quarterback made the wrong decision on that. Should have given it, kept it. we had guys on the backside. Well, while we're doing shout-outs,
Go ahead, Matt.
Zane Cribb, birthday. Happy birthday, Zane. Hopefully he's watching.
Throw into coverage, and he's wide open, and he breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle,
wrap up.
and then a shoulder block, but not before Hamilton is deep into Monte Vista territory. He's wide open, Matt, on the vertical.
Yeah, they ran a wheel post combo.
Shouldn't really be a factor in the coverage we had. You got to break down in space.
Wouldn't have been that big of a problem to make that tackle.
Grizzlies inside the red zone. Keeper. Dixon playing hard along the line of scrimmage. Finishes the play. Need to see more of that. That was great. Inside the 4.5 minutes here in the third quarter, Grizzlies get right back up to the football.
Yeah, it looks like the way they're trying to make their run game a little bit more effective is it involving the quarterback, which makes sense. One less guy to block, but we're still doing a good job. Quick game.
Nice play. Taylor reads the play that they ran earlier, the simple flat slant combination, and Taylor gets his hand in the passing lane, and the clock is got to be reset. Stop the clock. Jason, you're probably more accurate than the game clock, so I think it's somewhere probably around 4 minutes. But, Matt, this was that flat slant combination out of the twin receivers.
Yeah, they got 3rd and 9 here. I got to imagine this is 4 down, so you might even see a run or a screen here. They got to make up some points. I love that they put up the signs on the sideline. That's a college thing. They only have one sign each. They mean nothing. I don't know what they're trying to do.
Well, it'd be fun if it was the swag board. I digress. Mustangs look like you're coming
Bringing
double
pressure.
A gap.
Going to get a man across look. We're checking out of it too, at least trying to.
Arjun, throw, end zone, incomplete. Mena on the coverage. Connor Kirkpatrick, defensive coordinator, making a check call. This time it was the slant with the out and up, i.e. chair route, and it goes incomplete. It's 4th down. The Mustangs have already got a stop today on 4th down.
Going back to empty.
So you've got to have defined rushing lanes if you're Monte Vista.
They're going to have to take a timeout.
I'm watching the back judge. He hasn't raised his hand yet to start the hand count. Now he has. 4th down. Touchdown. Oh! Incomplete! I almost went a little Joe Starkey there. Arjun had the wide open receiver, Hamilton, and he throws it just a little too far out of his outstretched hands. And the second time today, the Mustangs have taken over on downs. That was a 67-yard drive for Cal. Mustangs take over on their own 14-yard line.
Yeah, and the first incompletion on that wheel route, I saw Coach Calcagno over there giving the quarterback to settle down. I think he's a little bit amped up.
Well,
that's a throw he normally hits.
Yeah, well, they haven't. We mentioned this. They haven't played from behind very often this season, if at all. And Monte Vista, they've given up some chunk plays, and in particular in that drive. But again, have for the most part have been able to come up and rally and not give up that 50, 60-yard touchdown, which they have been susceptible the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, bend up but don't break.
2nd and 6 for the men in black. Dunphy.
Belly.
We never ran that. You can't run this play enough. There's that margin. Okay, we've run so many reaches. When we going to run belly? And as Matt, you played linebacker. That's tough to defend.
Yeah, when you start getting a heavy dose of outside zone, you start getting outside fast, and then they come back with a belly, which is designed to cut back and look just like reach.
So the Mustangs had the ball, took over on downs on their own 14. They're out to the 32-yard line. Grisham.
Ooh, pancake, 71.
Do you bring your syrup there, Mr. Russie? Lavash.
He got
I
two
love
guys.
the nastiness here from the Mustangs tonight. We've seen Dunphy come and rally up on the football, get a good hit. Mena doing the same thing, and then the finish to this play. And how important has it been to get Grisham and get a couple of reps for him to give Dunphy a couple of plays off? Tight end trade, got plenty of time. Mustang should not be in any type of hurry. Reach, Dunphy, first down, 5-yard gain.
Yeah, Grisham's a good change of pace. I also love that Dunphy came back in after one play. I think he subbed himself back in. He wants to be out there.
Well, we exchanged some messages last night about, bringing all of your teammates along. Never worried about Torrin as a player. So smart, disciplined, physical, and finishing his runs. And a great game for him tonight on senior night here at Sam Zackheim Memorial Field. Belly, Dunphy, big haul, 14 yards and another explosive run for the senior, Torrin Dunphy.
This is one of those drives you love as a coach. Running to your strong side, which is their left side, and running right down your hash. Get to, quarterback's close. You can make any adjustments on your hash. This is common in high school to just keep pounding the ball on your hash.
And eventually, naked or bootleg out of it. Nice cut back by Dunphy. Matt only picked up 3 yards, but it looks like a negative play. And Monte Vista does not have to snap the football here. They do not have to snap the football. They could run this out and go to the fourth quarter if they want to. And you know that you go and ask the official, do we have to run a play here?
I think he wants to.
Reach, Dunphy, and we got a hold. That's why I didn't want to run a play, Matt. So it will be now the clock's going to wind, so then after the quarter break, it's going to be second down and probably around 18 yards to go. But we've seen a couple of times on the march back that the officials have shorted the Grizzlies. They don't this time. So the clock's going to wind after the start of the quarter. But the reason I didn't want to run a play, Matt, is that every second counts in this great game. And I'd rather just go to the fourth quarter, regroup your guys, get everybody all fired up instead of running that play. But anyway, Monte Vista up 27-13 to the number 7 rated California Grizzlies that they have not beat since 2021. Come back for the fourth and final chapter. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by NorCal Sports TV.
Lending, based in Danville, specializes in the brokerage of privately funded real estate loans in California with a focus on the Bay Area. Monte Vista Football Hall of Famer Damon Bauer's team at Persevere Lending can help you achieve your financing goals with their array of alternative and unique mortgage options. Damon has a 20-year track record of success and is ready to go to work for you. Go to perseverelending.com to learn about our strategic, creative, and efficient loan programs for residential and commercial properties and our safe, secure, and lucrative investment opportunities. Persevere Lending, we have capital available.
You still flickering? Dunphy, 22 carries for 148 yards. Bubble screen, Basha, 10-yard gain. Such a good football player. He's done a great job tonight of blocking out in space on those quick screens. This time gets his number called and just immediately gets down the field.
Gotten to third and somewhat manageable. At least we're not down in 3rd and 18.
So 3rd and 11. Mustangs have not punted tonight.
Bunch formation.
Worth at the bottom of your screen. Joey's going to check with me. I don't know if Ian even hears him. No, he does, and he goes into the shotgun. Still got plenty of time. Back judge is not counted. Now he's under center. Now the hand count.
Ooh.
Okay. I don't know exactly what happened, but in previous games this season, and I've watched all of them, Ian would have tried to make a play, try to make a big play out of this. And he realizes that we're probably going to have a lineman downfield. So he just holds on to the football. I don't like him going out of bounds because it stops the clock. The last 2 plays, the Mustangs have gone out of bounds. But he didn't try to force it downfield. Kerrigan is a number of punts inside the 20. Sky punt here. And perfect punt. We're going to wait and see with the official, the signal, no touchback, and the Grizzlies are going to take over on the 1-yard line.
What a punt.
So Monte Vista, although they didn't score, they're able to run 4 minutes off the clock. And remember, Matt, they took the ball on their own 14-yard line. They have literally flipped the field against Cal High.
Yeah, he did the, I don't know what you call it, the backspin punt. You don't see that in high school very often where he drops the toe of the ball down. So it's going to have some backspin on it. That's pretty impressive.
One of the best kickers in the nation, Ben Kerrigan. That was a great punt.
Come out empty.
Quarterback run here.
Yeah, maybe quarterback sneak. Ooh.
And Kuya and Wooshpard in the middle of that Monte Vista defensive front was all over that and pick up a short gain. So you've got to be careful here if you're the Monte Vista defensive backfield of not getting caught and creeping up because Danny will throw it from the end zone. A couple of the Cal receivers didn't even move. Shotgun empty.
Trying to get us to jump off sides.
Throw. Beautiful play. Landon Taylor. The second pass defense of the game for him. And the senior gets his hand in the passing lane, Matt. That's why the play's never over, right? Throws behind, and he does a great job of playing through the receiver's hands. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 here for the Grizzlies. Watch the screen. There it is.
Oh, batted down.
Kuya again! Over and over. Kuya. 2 sacks, a number of TFLs, and Matt, we called the screen. If you can't get there, what do? Get your hands in the passing lane. That's beautiful. Kuya playing both ways, and the Mustangs will force the Grizzlies to punt.
And an actual punt formation, too, which they're not used to, clearly.
And we've got a timeout, Coach Calcogno. They're going to need that timeout. So, couple of little stats for you. The season high points that Cal has given up was 21. The Mustangs have obviously been past that. In the defense and Joey talked about all three facets, Matt. Kerrigan, touchbacks, made field goals, the punt. Your defense, bend but don't break. The offense, controlling the football. We don't have the time of possession, but the game plan has really, really come into focus strong here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, you have one punt the whole game, and that punt ends up on the 1 yard line. That's not something that generally happens.
So the Mustangs just want to catch this punt. Don't rough the kicker. Don't try to be a hero. Just catch this ball. If anything, catch the ball. He called the fair catch, and the ball drops back to the 48-yard line. The Mustangs will take over. Now, Matt, time of possession. There's plenty of time left. I mean, play your game. But you know what? Take advantage of the 40-second play clock. Stay in bounds, get the yards you deserve, and have a chance really to salt this game away with any type of score here.
Right, and where the game is kind of plays into Coach Wingert's coaching style, which is running the ball, taking the time, getting in your huddle. So we don't have to they're not going to be uncomfortable with anything that's going on. Belly again.
Get that license plate 8 out of Danville. Dunphy with the truck stick and picks up a huge gain on third down. So the ball was whistled down at 10:21. Don't have to snap this football until 9:51. And the Grizzlies are going to start creeping into the box. Reach, Dunphy, first down.
They're running a number of plays out of the same formation, that flank formation, which is 2 tight ends or tight end and H on one side and 2 receivers on the other side, giving them different looks. First play, belly. That play, they run pin pull. So keeping the defense confused.
And that's half the battle. That makes it much easier for that offensive line to make their blocks when the defense is hesitating. 9.5 minutes left here from Sam Zackheim Memorial Field. Basha, motion. It's a bootleg. And Dresick makes a great decision and picks up the first down. Matt, the flat wasn't open, the crosser wasn't open, and Indresic immediately got up the field. This is a great run. I don't like him taking this hit, but it's called football.
Yeah, where the ball was when he got hit, he's got to put the ball away.
Mustangs down to the 28-yard line.
Back to the flank formation. Another outside zone. Another
shot out of a cannon. Dunphy down to the 15. So, Matt, in the last 3+ seasons, in games played after October 15th, Monte Vista is 0-13. They are 8+ minutes of snapping that streak. And they're on the move, not running a lot of plays, but executing with perfection. Dunphy, 5-yard gain. Body blow, and the Mustangs are really, really physically taking over this football game.
They're gaining some confidence definitely up front. So anything that's being called, they're comfortable with. Just stick with it.
And credit the coaching staff of Monte Vista really narrowing down the game plan here offensively and defensively. And with great special teams, they're in a great position here. Second down, Grisham doesn't try to be a hero, finishes this run strong. And Justin might end up, Matt, with 5 or 6 carries, but it gives Dunphy a chance to get a blow, and it's going to be third down and short. Monte Vista has already had this ball for 3+ minutes. They have controlled this football game with this offense.
Yeah, and they went back to that formation just with a motion. So, again,
Grisham
in.
Down to the 1. 33, the junior Justin Grisham getting some opportunities tonight.
Putting their goal line personnel out there.
Grisham came into the game, Matt, with 10 carries for 115 yards. But as you know, it's so effective for your team to have 2 running backs. And Dresick will get under center. Goal line formation for the Mustangs. Grisham walks into the end zone. Monte Vista taking care of business. And we've got a player down for Cal High. And give your backup running back a little love. Look at the push up front.
Has a great block by the right tackle, too. Ended up injuring the guy, which is too bad, but the effort by, I think, 71.
4+ minute drive for the Mustangs. Watched. This is one of the best football games the Mustangs have played in a long time. Probably dating back to that game in 2021 when Cal was 6-0, Monte Vista was 6-0, and the Mustangs took care of business. And credit the players and the coaches of Monte Vista of rebounding after a couple of tough losses, one at home here against Campolindo, and then that game last week against Oak Ridge, losing your starting tailback, Lasker, and not blinking an eye of going a little Olivia Newton-John tonight, and let's get physical. Kerrigan on for the PAT. Snap, hold, kick. Monte Vista, 34, Cal High, 13. So maybe there was something to that comparative score between James Logan, Cal, James Logan, and Monte Vista. And Joey had this scat report, and he texted me, and he says, we won the first 30 against, and then I didn't say anything. Then last night I had to text him the real, numbers that, how this series has gone. But it certainly has been dominated by Cal recently. But the Mustangs, with a total team effort tonight, are 6 minutes and 19 seconds away from knocking off undefeated 7-0 Cal High.
And sometimes games like last week are the best teaching moments you can have. You take a long bus ride up to El Dorado Hills. You get your butts whooped. You don't play very hard, and you learn from it. The ability to learn and come back from that, which has obviously happened here tonight, is pretty impressive.
Kerrigan with another touchback, and Cal High will start on their own 20-yard line where they have started so much this game. there have been a number of seniors that have played really well tonight, but one who's stand out on defense has been senior defensive lineman. He also plays offense, is Packer Quia. Matt, he has been all over the field, stuffing gaps, having defined rush lanes. 1st and 10, shot downfield, and it's nearly intercepted. And this is a defensive backfield that has had their share of Blue Bayou coverage. Not tonight, playing right now with a lot of confidence.
Absolutely, and they've given up chunk plays, but not the big catastrophe plays, which has been awesome to see.
That wasn't thrown with much timing, and Darius Brown, one of the leading receivers for Cal, has kind of been quiet tonight. 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. Throw out here to the flat. Mustangs rally up, rally up, rally up.
Good tackle.
I love that. Clean up your teammates' mess, get help, little jungle drill, and it's a short gain. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Watch the red black jerseys run to the football. Break down, break down, break down, break down. Oh, Grisham cleaning things up. I love that.
Forcing them to be one-dimensional, which is not their strong suit.
They got ahead. They've stayed ahead, and something Cal High. And you talked about yesterday or this morning we were talking about scheduling. That Oak Ridge game, Argent scrambles. He'll pick up the 1st down in the Mustang. Show discipline there, and don't try to get the Shark Award and just let the quarterback run out of bounds. It was a tough game last week against Oak Ridge. Had a tough game against Campo the week, but that long bus trip time can heal all wounds. And the Mustangs got back to work, and I think all the coaches learned a lot about the players, and the players have learned a lot about the coaches, and they've put it all together tonight. Arjun taking a shot deep, and nowhere for him to run. Good coverage there again. That may be Garner in coverage. Again, just keeping everybody in front. The senior. And it's 2nd and 10. Quick pitch. And Mustangs just playing soft, not biting on things, and allowed the run. Yes, it gains the 1st down.
Haven't seen him play much. 6?
You got Steve Kelly, your former teammate at Cal and here obviously at Monte Vista. Shoot me a text, kicking ass. Speaking of a guy who kicked ass, more ways than one.
He was a tough dude. Not was, is, I should say.
Exactly. We'll let you play linebacker, but you have to play on the line this year. One of my best deals ever made. Grisham, wrap me up and throw me down. Great job by Grisham. This is how you grab cloth, and finish the play. 33 for 33.
He's got great eyes. I mean, he's got plays with really good instincts, makes the correct reads. He is a true linebacker.
At some point, we've got a great picture from the Holiday Bowl that we're going to show that picture when we get a moment. And we have a post game too. Dixon, near sack. Quia with his 3rd sack of the game. Quia. Dixon didn't finish, but when you run to the football, man, I know I've said this a lot tonight. Good things happen. Quia doesn't stop. Turn on the shark theme. It is Sharktober. Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Bam!
Love that.
Quia with his 3rd sack of the game. 3rd down and 13 for the Grizzlies. Mush rush. Quia nearly gets another sack, but Arjun does a good job of scrambling and picking up the 1st down, and Joey doesn't have much hair left, but he's almost pulling it out on that play.
That was a generous spot.
But again, keeping guys in front. No, they didn't give him the 1st. It's going to be 4th down here.
Clock's still running.
I airdropped that. Do you have that picture?
4th down here. Mustangs have 2 stops on 4th down. Flat route catch, should have got out of bounds, and he eventually does. That's Hamilton, not Brad Hamilton, Jack Hamilton. You probably don't know who Brad Hamilton is. Past times at Ridgemont High. I digress. Under 3 minutes left here from Sam Zackheim Memorial Field, where the Mustangs are 2 minutes and 58 seconds away from knocking off Cal High from the undefeated ranks. It's a little weird to say, but I'll get over it. 1st and 10. Arjun. Deep ball.
Ooh.
Incomplete. This time gets a little bit behind the Monte Vista defense, but the throw goes incomplete. You got that picture? This is one of my favorite days as a coach. We got Stevie, we got Mikey, Matt Russi, and Sammy D. That was a great victory in the Holiday Bowl against Texas A&M, and I told Matt this before. I'm going to say it now. One of my favorite days as a coach, and where I've never felt so connected to a player. Matt Russi gave me the shark signal before every kickoff that game, and I will never forget that. Speed option, carry, Arjun, and he is rudely met at the line of scrimmage. Who's there again is Quia.
And Grisham. That was a good time. That was a fun game. You can see my beer belly back then. Yes.
There it is. And Sammy D and Steve Kelly. That was a great day. And I told you about the trip down there. The airport was blocked, and Uncle Buck made a move, paid off a guy, and we snuck through and made it down to the beautiful city of San Diego.
I don't have much sense of urgency here.
Arjun. Quia again! 4th sack for Quia. Is he? Well, I don't know if Matty Swan's watching tonight, but Swanee had like 21 sacks one year. But Quia, again, just playing along the line of scrimmage, not in a hurry to rush. And Quia, with one of the best defensive games a defensive lineman has had at this high school in a long, long time. 4th down. Arjun. Throw. Incomplete. Once again, Landon Taylor with the pass breakup. And the best formation of them all. Victory formation for the Mustangs. Here's that last defensive play. Taylor. It's a big win for the Mustangs. And it seems like a short 9-mile trip back home to San Ramon, to Broadmoor. But when you lose this game and you're undefeated, it'll be a long bus ride home for the Grizzlies. I want to thank both coaches for helping us prepare for this game, and hopefully it's reflective in the broadcast. And now the Mustangs get their 5th win of the season, and it's victory formation, and Andresic will take a knee. We're going to take a break, and we'll try to get some final stats next door from Dan Jones. Mustangs have to snap the ball 2 more times. You know, Joey calling that timeout, Matt, on 4th and 1
yeah,
was a great move by his part. You know, there's been times this year where he probably could have used that timeout on 4th down. Young coach, growing, calling plays. You know that's not easy. Then he runs the bootleg off that for a touchdown. I thought it's a real growing moment for the Mustangs.
There was a ton of positives to take from this game. And not only on the coaching front, but obviously from the players. Played with the best effort they've played with all year. Probably the most physical I've watched them play by a pretty significant margin.
Execution was off the chart.
Yeah.
Off the chart. Offensively,
quarterback
defensively.
played well.
Yeah.
Ran good routes.
There wasn't a moment.
They should be excited.
Yeah, there wasn't a moment tonight where you were holding your breath when the Mustangs were on offense.
Yeah.
They just seemed in control. Even when they were getting out of control and the errant snap, and Dresick gathers the football and he doesn't try to be a hero. Here on the counter boot in the last drive of the game, nobody's open. He's decisive and moves the chains with his feet. Great win for the Mustangs. The first time in 4 years that they won a game after October 15th. They play Amador next week, and then they end the regular season at San Ramon Valley. We're going to come back and wrap this up. The Mustangs knock off Cal High from the undefeated ranks with a big 34-13 victory. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt. Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt, is brought to you in part by Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life by maximizing your potential for meeting life goals. Spitz Jewelers, making memories for over 75 years in Walnut Creek. Persevere Lending, we have capital available for you. The Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation serving the greater Bay Area. Reach them at their new office in Pleasant Hill at 925-489-1500. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, Ortho Care for Life. Sport Court of Northern California, your single source for total sports construction. Reach them at 925-932-4108 and reference Monte Vista football. Monte Vista football, celebrating 58 years of Monte Vista football. Go to MonteVistaFootballBoosters.com to make your tax-deductible donation tonight. American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 40 years. And George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact 1992 Monte Vista alum George Schramm for your mortgage needs at georgeschramm.com. Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt, is brought to you in part by Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life by maximizing your potential for meeting life goals. Spitz Jewelers, making memories for over 75 years in Walnut Creek. Persevere Lending, we have capital available for you. The Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation serving the greater Bay Area. Reach them at their new office in Pleasant Hill at 925-489-1500. Monte Vista, with the best football game that this program has played in a long, long time, beat Cal High 34-13. Matt, they shut out Cal High for the last 31 minutes and 9 seconds of the game. That's impressive.
Impressive, very impressive. Listen, I mean, one of the hardest things to do as a coach, especially as a young coach, is win games that you're not supposed to win. I think that is one of the staples of being a good coach, is being able to win games that you are not supposed to. It's hard. It's hard for me. It's hard for Bergman, everybody. So this is a great momentum swing for coach and the players. It's ton of positive momentum. 2 more games that are going to be really competitive and keep growing from this.
Yeah, it was impressive. You lose Lasker, so you have Dunphy who's playing both ways as a tailback, and then his partner in crime in the backfield was Grisham, who scored a touchdown. Don't know how many yards he had, probably near 50. Dunphy's near 150, 160 yards. They rushed for 200-plus yards. And Dresick not sacked in the second half, picking up first downs or near first downs with his feet. And then this defense, they bent, but they never broke, Matt. And on senior night, you love to see a kid like Packer Kuia come out.
Yeah.
He had 4 sacks tonight. He's going to have that's – and when you lose here on senior night, it's the worst, right? And then as a coach, it's even worse because you got to make sure these kids are, you got more games to play and things like that. But this might not be the last home game of the season for the Mustangs because this is a big win. But this win doesn't mean as much as if you go down to Amador and you don't improve on your performance. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I mean, stacking good results, so they have that opportunity. It's going to be awesome. Something about Packer that's pretty awesome for him, 4 sacks from a defensive tackle position. That's a outside linebacker stat or a defensive end stat, not really a defensive tackle stat. But, yeah, I mean, the improvement from last week to this week is astronomical. Now they just have to, if they can keep doing that, they can keep winning games.
I want to compound on your point that you made earlier in the game. If they go out and play a weaker opponent and win by 25, 30 points like they have a number of games this season, maybe they're not in this position to win this football game.
Right.
What do you think about that?
Preseason scheduling. Now, when you have to schedule 6 games preseason, it's
okay.
hard.
That means you're not playing the Spartoonies.
Yeah, it's hard to find 6 games.
Yeah.
I've been in that situation. But you want to find a good mix of challenging games and games that you think you're going to win. And those games that challenge you are going to make you better. And I think it paid off scheduling a game that may not be a win, but they improve from it.
So we had mentioned, and then we'll wrap things up, the Mustangs, after October 15th, the last 3+ seasons were 0-13. That is no longer. They win their first EBL game of the season. They're 1-0. They play Amador next week, and this is going to make Saturday's practice and film session enjoyable and carry a lot of momentum into next week. Matt did a nice job.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Job. Well, you're part of the family. Kid, I've been around for a long time. We're glad to have you back in the Bay Area. And if Coach Bergman ever goes on, assignment somewhere,
you do a 3-man booth.
No, because then him correcting me, and we're not going there. But there is a suggestion box outside Gavin Newsom's office. I digress. We'll wrap things up from Sam Zackheim Memorial Field, where Monte Vista beat Cal 34-13 to win this 51st matchup between these intra-district rivals. Monte Vista's first win over Cal High snaps a 4-game winning streak, which is the most games that Cal High has won in this rivalry. Our next Monte Vista game will be determined if the Mustangs make the playoffs. They qualified tonight. But once again, thanks to all of our partners for their support, which allow us to bring this game multi-camera, no charge, with instant replay and a couple of decent commentators. You've been watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt. Thanks to our crew, Brian Rodriguez, AB, our statistician, Dan Jones, and we can't thank our historian, Alan Holter, who gives us all the numbers, my broadcast partner, Russie Savage, Matt Russie, and our director. We could not do it without Jason Green. I'm Chris Babcock here in Danville. Good night and thanks for being on the show.